Hello, Ramley and other family. I'm Payo time, and I'm stoked. I have two amazing guests with me today. I do have Jalen and Snoop backstage right now. They are two fantastic content creators. They have an awesome following over on Instagram, and they have a growing, thriving YouTube channel called RAMSHOUSE TV. Huge fan of theirs. And if you are subscribed to me, you definitely want to make sure you go subscribe to them. The link is in the description below. We are going to bring them on out here, but before we do that, roll intro. Yes, welcome in Jalen and Snoop from RAMSHOUSE TV. How are you guys doing today?
What's happening? We finally made it. Finally made it with Payo. Finally made it, y'all. So.
Yeah, no, this collab has been a long time coming for sure. So I'm a huge fan of you guys. I appreciate your hard work in the content that you come into, and often what I'm amazed at is when I'm looking for other Rams content, I'll listen to you guys or Rams House or Jake Allenbogen or Sheriff Joe or Rams House, and we could be talking about the same thing, but we all have such different perspectives, and I love it. It challenges me, and it makes me a better fan, and so I definitely appreciate the hard work and what you guys do, and I look forward to when the season gets here because I know your channel is going to explode.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. By the way, all those guys you mentioned, man, they good YouTubers as well, man. Y'all go check out their pages as well.
And I hope for like one day, like all of us,
it's coming
collab together.
The Ramley Super Stream, yeah.
Like we built our own house. Right?
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. That would be very cool. Awesome. Well, I know we have some people kind of funneling in here to the stream. So for anyone watching, please like, comment, and subscribe to Payo Time, but also to RAMSHOUSE TV. There's lots of things to be talking about with the Rams. We've had this last week of training camp, and I'll start with that. Maybe we'll start with you, Snoop. What has stuck out to you the most this past week in training camp?
What stuck out to me the most, I have to say, Terrell Burton. He's a guy that was, I guess he's flying around the defense already. It's like he never got injured, and it's a big step for him, and I hope that he can make some noise this upcoming season. I'm very high on Terrell Burton.
For sure. And Jalen, what about yourself?
Matthew Stafford, man, he's a guy that comes to mind. I think he's coming, starting to learn the offense a little bit more. Training camp, it's like third, fourth day now. So, he's slowly learning the offense, but I like what I'm hearing as far as from Matthew, out of the camp, about Matthew Stafford as far as how he's going, looking live out there, you just got to be able to go in there and just do the same things you've been doing, but just do it at a higher level, Matthew Stafford.
For sure. I know. I think that I'm a big fan of this Stafford trade, and even just seeing him without pads slinging it around all the Rams receivers and tight ends out there and running backs. It's fun. It's fun.
It really is exciting. Yeah. It is exciting, and just knowing that what he's capable of throwing the ball, and just now he's with a better team. I feel like personally now, so. It gives them the ability to be able to do things he ain't been able to do, press over my
Absolutely. I gotta give a shout out here. We got North Dallas 40. He is in the chat. And thank you so much, North Dallas 40, for joining us. And anyone else who's watching, feel free to pop a question or comment into the chat, and we will definitely talk about it. So guys, North Dallas 40 is asking, what about all the Rams injuries and no Tutu? So we know Tutu is on the COVID list. And then we had some, it sounds like wrist injuries to some of our defensive players that happened in a drill. Obviously, unfortunately, the Cam Akers injury that ended his season. Wow. But what do you guys think? Do you think these are just camp injuries that would happen any given year?
Yeah, that injuries happen, of course. As far as with the game, of course, I believe Robert Rochelle had the wrist injury. I think Bobby Brown, Jacob Harris. So we've been hit with a few nagging injuries here and there, but I think these guys will be able to come back. As far as from the injuries.
Because I'm hearing that Bobby Brown will probably come back another week.
Yeah, so we just have to wait and see. But injuries do come with the game. And football. Cam Akers, of course, being the biggest one right now. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. And injuries are part of football, unfortunately. And, in the ideal world, every team would just stay healthy and it's your best players versus the other team's best players. But, managing injuries is definitely part of the game. And so we're excited about that. And guys, we do have a question for you in here. AMS, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. They are asking, Jalen and Snoop, how did you guys meet? I know I've talked about this with other people. Some people ask if you're cousins or brothers or best friends or something. Can you tell us, how did you guys start?
A mixture of all of it. I mean, we grew up together, so childhood friends. So
and then all of a sudden, like we were just talking about football one day, like all of us in the group. Like some people had like the Patriots, Dallas fans, football team fans, stuff like that. So I was just talking about the Rams, and then Jalen was like, "Hold on, you like the Rams too?" Yeah. I'm like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Oh, that's awesome." So we just dotted up, clipped up from there. I mean, even though we knew each other, but we didn't know that we like the same team. So it kind of like made us
like almost today. 20 years, 20 years strong. Yeah. So
it's a long.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you have this epiphany of like, you like the Rams, I like the Rams, we're gonna both be Ram fan. And is that like the moment you're like, let's start Rams House TV on Instagram? And then
it's just over time, I just felt like we could talk about football so much more on a bigger platform, and just hearing like how they talk on television, things like that. I don't know. It gives us a little fuel to be able to want to do things like that and just like, man, what are they talking about? Like, what?
So let's speak on our opinion.
Give our opinion.
And let's rally here. From other Rams,
No, absolutely. Oh, that's an awesome story, and it's I myself, like, as you know, I've grown up in Canada, and I can honestly say I did not have the opportunity to have another Rams fan to grow up with. Like, everyone around here is kind of a Buffalo, Detroit, or Patriots fan, or New York or someone. So it's cool to hear. And well, I know you guys are more so to the East Coast as well. You're not, flat out over in California where, there's, a bounty of plentiful, Ram fans.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
It's mainly like over here. It's mainly like watching football teams. Yeah, and you have the Dallas fans.
Yeah, majority fans for whatever reason. It be, people our age that like Dallas, and they don't even they haven't been old enough to even see their whole history. They just decide they want to, like Dallas because somebody else like Dallas.
I like Dallas. They like Dallas. Oh, we
yeah. I don't get it, Payo, but I just try to, I don't try to dump on Dallas too much because they already go through enough false dreams as it is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's awesome. No, well, I appreciate your story. Well, guys, we have a couple other shout outs coming this way. So Travis, welcome to the stream. So glad you're here. And he's saying Jalen said it, nagging. So far, at least we're fine. So yeah, besides Akers, we haven't had any major injuries this camp. So that's thankful for that for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, besides Cam Akers, I can't really think of nothing too serious where it has me, really worried, but you still don't want to have injured players as well, especially the rookies. They still try to learn the game, and they need the reps just as much as the veterans, when it's all said and done. So
no, for sure. North Dallas 40 is saying, how will the COVID game forfeit affect Rams in the NFL? it doesn't seem fair to punish a team for one play. Yeah, so North Dallas 40's been asking this question a lot, and I keep missing it. I feel like you guys have a similar mindset to me of, it's a strong rule, but like it's out of our control to it.
It's the times that we in right now. They with the mask mandate, and everything, they just trying to fly by all these, rules and different things as far as with COVID. I think, just something simple as that, just, taking care of yourself when it's all said and done and being able to go out on the field and play. So we all know the players want to play, but of course, you still got to follow the rules as far as the COVID and everything, so everything can kind of go back to normal. Everything is COVID now, so ain't no time.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. I'm not a scientist or a doctor or anything, so I don't feel like I can comment.
I don't know.
Go into the full details, but we don't know.
Yeah. Like, and it sucks that like it affects football because like we just want to talk about football, right? Yeah. But unfortunately, this is part of the football this year, and it's the reality we face. And I think I'll have more of an opinion on this if it actually happens. Like if a team is forced to forfeit a game,
right.
Like I feel like there'll be so much backlash around that, right?
I think as well.
Like I don't know. Like when I think of like the Bears game coming up, if we got forced to forfeit our season opener and start off 0-1, like that'd be the dumbest thing ever, right?
Not to go off on your first game like forfeiting, like that would be
it'll just be a huge blow as far as to the team. Everything that you work for in all season, only to have to go to the first game after forfeit. It's just it'll be a tough blow. It'll suck. Like hey, we forfeit.
Yeah, like why would you need to forfeit? But it's
like I can't believe there's an outcome to a game that's worse than a tie, right? Where like how
honestly, forfeits don't get forfeit probably you got ties and then you got forfeits. Like you hate ties, but you would definitely you hate a forfeit. Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to play this.
That's a different level. I hate ties. I hate ties.
Like how you go back in the locker room and like express your players about that. Like we forfeit a game that we should have been playing. Like especially if it's a huge game. Oh man.
Yeah, like a division game or something. Like that. Oh man. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I don't even want to picture that. I just picture in my head us playing the 49ers and the game gets forfeit and we don't get a chance to wow.
I would make 5 videos that week of just how mad I am.
We gotta make another collab with you, bro.
Yeah, we'll collab if that happens. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, we got some other things coming in here. I want to make sure to give a big play Slay. Yo, hello and welcome. And he is saying he's saying what's good. He's saying new subscriber here. Hello, Payo. And what's good, Ram House? Those are my guys right there. Well, we're so excited you're here, big play Slay.
Hey, appreciate the love, Payo. For real, man. Everybody in the chat room, man.
Totally.
Oh yeah, you definitely hit them likes up.
Thank you. Yeah, hit that like button. Okay, AMS is asking you guys honestly, which one of you is faster in the 40?
Oh, it's me. It's me. But you saw it though.
If anybody's seen it, my only was I tripped. Okay, I know I tripped.
He ain't had the right stance.
I ain't had plus I had a crazy stance. I was just like, all right, let's go ahead and go. Like. Yeah, I'm like, oh no, but I caught my back.
We might have should have did it on grass, but we were just trying to get it out there, just
for the Rams.
For the Rams out there.
They want to join us. Just go ahead and put the video out there for the 4-yard dash, man. Rams time.
Yeah, we couldn't lose Snoop. Like,
nah. we might make a part 2.
You should. And who knows? Maybe the Rams see it, and Snoop, maybe you're returning punts for the Rams this year.
I prefer the jet sweeps. I'm a small guy, I don't want to, I don't want to be out there on punt returns and, as soon as I get the ball,
Yeah, keep going.
My life is
They're
over.
gonna ask you some tutu weight questions.
Yeah, they could definitely ask me some weight questions. I'm like, look, man, I got high metabolism. I'm sorry, like it just burns off.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna get through a couple other comments, and then I got a couple questions for you guys. So North Dallas 40 is saying, man for man, are the Rams strong enough to beat Brady and Tampa Bay to win the NFC Championship? I'll let you guys answer first.
Well, I'll let you go, too. Yeah, I think we'll definitely beat the Tampa Bay to the big game. I mean, you got to look at last year as well that we actually did beat them. Even though it was a 10th game, and either way it went from last year, but I think the confidence that we had to staff it, and our defense still legit. Don't get it twisted. And yeah, I think we can throw a lot of things for week 3 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or the Tampa game we play off.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that Bucks game. Yeah, I think we match up well with the Bucks. As far as this overall talent, and this team. Like, I just feel like we can go in there and play Brady, and disrupt his style of play. He a pocket quarterback. He's not gonna be out there running around, making plays with speed. We got one of the best runners in the game. So he neutralizes a lot of what they able to do, just on the offensive game plan standpoint. So I think we match up pretty well with the Bucks.
I mean, you got some people saying that we don't match up with the Bucks, but in the Ram house, we all know.
Yeah, we know the truth.
Well, it's an interesting, that some people think we don't match up with them well because they have pretty much the same team returning as last year, and I think we matched up with them pretty well last year, and that was with Jared Goff at quarterback. So with Stafford at the helm, I think we're going to do really well. I also think Aaron Donald, just the way that he disrupts a pocket. If you don't let Brady have a pocket for more than 2 seconds, he can't go through his progression, right?
Yeah, he can, and that's pretty much what we kind of saw in the first game last year. I mean, it was a lot of pressure, from Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd. Those guys were actually getting some pressure on Brady, and that resulted in some turnovers. And you see, with pocket quarterback, and we learned that with Jared Goff as well. With pocket quarterback, they're just acceptable to if they ain't break down, they're not really able to make a lot of plays outside of their arms. So I mean, we saw it firsthand, so we know how to feast on pocket quarterbacks, as far as just from rushing standpoint.
Absolutely. Couple of shout outs here. Coach Dante, welcome in. He is a Houston Texans fan, and I'll give a special shout out. I am appearing on Coach Dante's channel tomorrow, and I'm really excited about that for that collaboration. But thank you, Coach Dante, for coming in the stream and giving the Houston Texans some love, because a lot of people are hating on the Texans.
Yeah. There's not really a lot of talk about the Texans, but you just hope that teams like that actually do pretty good to kind of
get talked about.
You don't want nobody to be just horrible, but they they still got Deshaun Watson. You can count. So
yeah, I think people think the Texans are going to be like the 0-16 Lions or Browns. They're not at that level. No. They'll be competitive.
Yeah, they'll be competitive to an extent. But like I said, as long as they got Deshaun Watson, I feel like they'll be in some games, no doubt. Regardless of the situation.
Absolutely. The Ramlia Sports Report, welcome in. Thankful that you are here today. He's saying, "What up, my Ramley?" We're so glad that you're here. So Travis is asking, so a team has to forfeit if someone isn't vaccinated or has COVID. And to my understanding of the language, it's if a player is unvaccinated and it's an outbreak that forces a game to be rescheduled outside of the season, then it would be considered a forfeit. Is that the way you guys interpret that press release?
Yeah, when I saw it initially, I was like, I didn't get it until they started kind of going more into the details as far as like if it's not able to be rescheduled after the final week of the season, which I was like, okay, so because I know it was a lot of reschedules last year on the schedule, what games was being played on like Tuesday and Wednesday. You know, just
every night of the
real.
week.
We don't need that.
We don't need that no more.
We don't need that. So, you know, I mean, you know, in that sense, you know, like I feel like that's what I was kind of getting as far as what they were saying with the, you know, forfeit to the games. Not necessarily like they're just forfeiting games right away, but you know, if it's just an outbreak where it's, you know, it just too much going on, then you know, you gotta pull the plug on it.
No, absolutely. Well, I really want to get into some questions. Thank you everyone for your comments, and please keep them coming on in. We will go through more of them in a bit. But Jalen and Snoop, I asked you guys earlier when we've been planning this, and we've been asking these to all of the Ramley that comes on this this series of Ram fans talking Rams, and I'm curious. We're going to go through Rams past, Rams present, and Rams future. So, could each of you give me a favorite player, a favorite play, and a favorite game from Rams past that you remember? We'll start with player.
Well, we probably gonna agree with the player because I feel like, man, we kind of started liking them around the same time. Marshall Faulk, man, you know, is my favorite Ram from the past because he was the guy that just jumped off the screen for me. You know, I mean, Cole Warner was good. Don't get me wrong. He was Torrey Holt, Ivy Bruce, legend. But Marshall Faulk was just that guy. You know, I think he was on the NFL Game Day 2000 cover. Like it was like an NFL game. He just looked at like, I mean, a superstar. It was just everything you wanted out of a player. And I felt like, you know,
Marshall Faulk really brought me to my eyes. Like my family, like they like watching or either there we go.
There you go. What's that, Madden 03?
Yeah, off the GameCube, yeah.
Hey, shout out to GameCube, man. They definitely had their run.
Yeah, I challenge anyone. Madden 03 on the Nintendo GameCube. I don't think you can beat me. And
I honestly don't even know the buttons on the game.
Yeah.
Buttons too, like a lot of buttons.
Yeah.
But that was our favorite player, Marshall Faulk.
Yeah.
Blew to my eyes, man.
I think everybody had a Marshall Faulk jersey at some point.
Yeah.
I had like a couple of them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have my Falk jersey around here somewhere, but yeah, huge. He was just.
Yeah, I got mine back. It's somewhere around here, but I got big game tore up back there. So
oh, cool.
So,
yeah. Well, and were you guys also a big fan of Steven Jackson? You know, back in the day in the 2000s.
Steven Action Jackson. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
We love Steven.
Hey, he was our only hope in the you know what
we don't want to say his name. We don't want to
say his name. But the you know who era.
Yeah. Well, there was a couple of you know who eras where Steven Jackson was the only hope.
Yeah, the only hope. It was it.
Yeah. I distinctly remember one game, and I'll segue this about Steven Jackson, where it was against the Lions, and clearly Steven Jackson was the best player on the field, and he just, I think it was the season the Rams only won like one game before they got Bradford, and like Steven Jackson, you could tell just was not gonna lose that day, and he just would carry like 5 people across the goal line to get a touchdown.
I mean, you just look at it, it's like, man, like, dang, we really went 1-15 that year.
Oh my goodness, that was the same thing.
We really did. So,
well, what about that brings us to, do you guys have a particular game in the past for the Rams that was a really favorite game of yours?
I might be recency biased, Payo, but I cannot stop watching that Monday night game against the Chiefs. I mean, I just think it's just. I feel like if you're a Rams fan, like that's everything that you want out of a game. You know, just the drama, the high scoring, the plays being made by those guys. I mean, the Chiefs balled out too. I mean, Tyreek Hill had like 20 yards on him. You know, Patrick Mahomes had like 500 yards. So it was just a shootout. It was just back and forth. It was so. That'll probably be my favorite game. As far as, I mean, it's a lot different games that I can go over as far as, you know, of course, the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. Like Mike Jones 1 yard. Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, like with the one, just that 1 yard. Sometimes you just rewatch like those games, just if you've had a bad day at work or something, and you just want to cheer yourself up. Just go on YouTube, look up highlights to the Rams Super Bowl or the Rams Chiefs Monday night game.
Like you can see it. It's in all the Super Bowl video packages. You're gonna see that play for eternity. So shout out to Mike Jones.
Yeah.
Mike Jones.
I wonder where Mike Jones is nowadays. I feel like we don't hear anything from him, but he's a Rams legend.
Yeah, I know.
That's kind of crazy, right?
Maybe somebody just need to gather some information about Mike Jones, because I haven't heard from him in so long. He was the savior. We give him the savior.
Maybe we need to find. We'll scour the internet and try and contact him on Twitter or Instagram or something, and see if he can get on one of our channels.
Yeah, man, somebody help us find Mike Jones, man. Like, show the legends some respect. Like,
Mike Jones, where are you?
Mike Jones, like we know you exist. Where are you? We know you exist.
Awesome. Well, what about is there a particular play in Rams history that sticks out to you?
Ooh, it's a lot of. Well, I'm about to go with the great punt return with Stephen Diggs.
That was with the against the Seahawks, right?
Yeah,
with Tavon. And I think we won in overtime that game. Yeah, that was during those times as well, during the who time.
Yeah.
We don't want to say his name, Ramley. Like, we don't want to, we're going to be pissed.
Yeah.
So we want to piss they off with the,
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need we know what we're talking about. We don't want to say his name.
Mine, it was early, and as far as when I started liking, I think this is a play that don't get talked about nearly as much, and that's a Ricky Bowl touchdown in the NFC Championship game, like against the Bucks.
That was the Bucks, yeah, the Ricky Pro.
And it was an ugly game. I think we were losing 6-5,
yes.
and and we needed that. We needed that touchdown, man. Kurt Warner, man, 30 yards. Like I'll never forget that play because, like, I was just watching. I'm like, yo, I'm like really tripped out at that point, like, because it's like, man, we literally like we few minutes away from going to the Super Bowl, like, and I just like it just crazy, like, that whole sequence. Like, and the game was just a defensive struggle all game.
That is a great choice. Oh man, that's awesome.
Hey,
that's a good one.
Bring back some memories.
For sure. Okay, so we've gone through Rams past and Rams past, and now we're going to talk about the Rams present. And so I'm asking you guys, what are your general thoughts towards this season? What game are you most looking forward to? And what's your favorite thing about Sean McVay as a head coach now that he's been here 4 years now?
The one thing I like about Sean McVay is they bring to the team. When we got Sean McVay, it was just a fresh air, like, upon us. So it's like we didn't expect what we're gonna get out of this, guy Sean McVay. At this point, one time, I was like, okay, we got Sean McVay. Let's see what we can do. I hope we can change, the culture. He changed the culture.
Culture changes.
We not me. And he's a player's coach, as I can see that. He know the game, man. Like, he definitely know the game. He's a brilliant head coach, and I wish nothing but the best for Tom Brady for many more years.
And McVay we trust. McVay we trust. Not to piggyback off him, no Payo, but McVay just, he that guy. He that guy right now. Like, just to keep it short and sweet, I think, we in good hands with McVay. As far as the season, I think the season, like I said, is gonna be like, what Snoop said, a breath of fresh air. It's gonna be, I feel like, a different team than what we had over time, considering we don't have Jared Goff no more. So it's definitely gonna be a different season. But it just feels different, It just feels like everybody's playing with a chip on their shoulders, and I like that.
They feel excited. Like the whole team itself feels excited for this season, even though to bring down the penalty. But one one player can't have one team that's forward. That no, we're gonna keep our eye on the prize, and that's for the Super Bowl, man. And you know, for real, have that confidence level. You know, we should be up. We should go up there.
I absolutely, and I even just appreciate the, you know, I don't know if you saw Jalen Ramsey's press conference the other day where he talked about how he really wanted number 2, but Robert Woods also wanted it, and he talked about his reasonings for wanting number 2, about him being, you know, second, and then he talked about how it made a lot of sense for Robert to have it, and so his mindset behind wanting that number actually led him to be like, you know what, I don't need this number. And so I thought that was cool to get a player like Jalen Ramsey to really buy into that team mentality.
Yeah, and he was like one of the last people that, you know, a lot of the media, you know, gave a chance to actually kind of turn his, you know, his short career around, you know, as far as like all the things that he had going on in Jacksonville. You know, they tried to give him a bad rap out the gate. You know, he been nothing but, you know, just a good person, you know, and just an overall great teammate for everybody on our team. So, and on top of that, his talent as well. I mean, best corner in football. So,
absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so yeah, we talked about Sean McVay. What about what game are you most looking forward to this season?
I mean, we can circle that Titans game.
Titans?
Yeah,
I believe, because we definitely ran the alternate throwback jersey that we won the Super Bowl, so that's gonna bring back a flashback. You know, that nostalgia. Yeah, so I'll circle that.
But of course, there's always a few games I want to circle myself.
Yeah.
That Titans game is good, but I'm looking forward to that Green Bay game late in the season.
Yeah.
Now that Rodgers is going to be back, you know, and they got their thing going on. Randall Cobb is going to be in the mix. I want Green Bay again, like, you know, because I felt like, you know, they had us when we was kind of short-handed, and, you know, realists like me would know that, you know, injuries and things do happen, but also they do affect the game. So. I think, you know, I want to definitely see Green Bay again, but, you know, it's a lot of games I circle on the schedule.
Yeah, I think those games outside of our division against Green Bay and Tampa are really important for this season, because if it comes down to seeding for like who gets the number 1 seed, which I think the Rams will be in the mix for, it'll come down to like a game, like who beat each other in that game, right? And so I know we're all as a Ramley hoping that the road to the Super Bowl goes through SoFi, because the Super Bowl is in SoFi.
Exactly. Yes, it is. Exactly. We need our fans to be there every single week, every getting us turn, because, you know, we've been a whole year, you know, without them, and, you know, we finally get fans and SoFi this year, so they need to, you know, we got to show out this year. Definitely get that home field, you know, going to the playoffs. Because, like you said, those Tampa and Green Bay games do matter when it's all said and done, even out of the business, you know. So we got to win those games, definitely.
For sure. Are you guys hoping to get to any games this year?
Right now we haven't planned any at the moment outside of maybe East Coast games. I believe they like towards the later part of the season, like Baltimore, Giants, things like that, and the Giants as well. I believe we got the Giants in the middle. Okay, so you know, anywhere somewhere in the East Coast, you know, we'll probably be trying to make it to those games, you know, at that point.
I hear that. I'm always keeping an eye on ticket prices for those East Coast games to see if you can get a good deal.
Hey, it's all about the deals, you know. You gotta try to find them at the right time, you know, because, you know, before you know it, they start going up. It's like, oh man,
I have my eye on this one, but now it went up to this one.
Yeah.
I was like, I have a different plan at that point.
Up plan B. Yeah. If you have a plan.
Absolutely. So we've talked about Rams past and Rams kind of present. But let's talk a bit about the Rams future. So could each of you name a player that's on the Rams right now that you're excited, 2 or 3 years from now, you think, oh, this is going to be a stud player?
I'm going to have to go with Jordan Brooks. He stand out last year as he didn't respect. He was a key player on the defense from the season that's going by, and now that he got that respect, now he also about to have the green dot as well. So that's another big role for him that he has to step up on. But I can see that he's definitely gonna step up in that role, and he's gonna have a good season. Most definitely. I hope he's going. But yeah, I like that. Number change as well. Yeah, number 4 just looked like it was fitting him, and he looked like he was a leader. And I knew he was going to do that because his leadership. You can tell by his press conference. Like he's ready. He's ready.
Yeah, I like Ernest Jones. I like Ernest Jones. I think when it's all said and done, I think he's gonna be a staple in our defense when it's all said and done. Because, what he brings, not just on the field, as far as just the tangibles, just the leadership. I think that's gonna translate. Not right away. Being that he's a rookie, we got a lot of linebackers that can play. So for him to get the starting role week 1 will be huge. So, I feel like if he somehow is in the starting lineup week 1, I think he could be a starting linebacker for us, down the line, past 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, possibly. He could be a cornerstone like that, to go along with what we have now. So, yeah, I like Ernest Jones.
Yeah, for sure. And I make the joke, I forget who I made it with, but maybe in that Titans game that we have Ernest Jones get a tackle at the 1-yard line as time expires.
I'm ready for it. Payo said it first. I'm ready for it. And if it happens, we coming back on field time. Remember, it's stand by Payo. So
yeah,
the Jones is making plays.
So what about? I love to just hear the different perspectives on the Rams draft strategies, and everyone in the chat, thank you so much. We will get to your comments and questions after this, but final question from the format here is so the Rams' next first round pick isn't until 2024, and I love hearing everyone in the Ramley their opinions on this, because you get a lot of mixed ones, and rightfully so, I think. But do you like the Rams draft strategy of trading first round picks for proven talent? And even though we don't get rookie contracts as much with the 5th year option to them, but do you like this strategy moving forward?
I mean, the strategy is. I don't see no wrong. It actually could have gave us a nice, decent player along the way.
I will say though, it is a very dangerous. It is a dangerous business, doing that. I will say that, just from a perspective of draft picks. Some do matter. First round picks do matter, like you said, with the 5th year option. Being able to exercise that. But we've been winning games, and that usually gets swept under the rug, as you constantly continue to win Super Bowls. People forget that we haven't had a first round pick since Jared Goff. So, when it's all said and done, we'll see how things turn out as far as with these picks. But I'm fine with it. We got Jalen Ramsey somehow out of the trading, picks from wherever, like from the Rams vault somewhere in the front office.
First round is giving away where everybody was caught. Why are we getting all these first round picks from these players? It actually worked. With Jalen Ramsey, hopefully it'll work with, it works.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't want to think it can be risky very dangerous. But I like the approach. I like it. It's very aggressive.
Yeah, and if nothing else, it's entertaining, even if it does crash and burn one day, right?
It keeps us relevant. If you're a Rams fan, we went through a period of time where we were not relevant to the league at all. In no shape or fashion.
We weren't even picking high players or even players that want to come to the Rams.
We already discussed who I feel like is the biggest bust, and since I became a Rams fan, and that's Greg Robinson. I don't think there's no one worse than that pick. If you ask me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to just say it though, because that was the times. Like, but people can't be contradicting and say, "Oh, I don't like the approach," about us trading first round pick. We're good. We're actually good.
Yeah.
We got a culture. We have a foundation. We have Aaron Donald. It starts from somewhere.
Yeah, no, Snoop, I hope you're okay there. We won't mention that name again either. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good.
I'm sorry, Ramley. Like, honestly, for dropping that on y'all.
Awesome. Well, we do have we have a lot of comments here. So are you guys good if we go through some of these comments and questions?
Oh yeah.
Get it.
Let's lock and load.
All right, let's do it. So we started off here. So we see Ramley of Sports Report says, I'll see you guys at the parade in LA. We got this chip at home in LA. Return of the Greatest Show on Surf 2.0 LA edition. Book it.
Book
it. Book it.
Book it like a plane ticket.
Book it now.
Book it like a plane ticket.
That's what we like to hear. Yeah. North Dallas 40. He's saying his favorite player from the past is Deacon Jones.
I like that.
I've been asking for those jerseys for the longest.
We need those jerseys next year.
Yep.
We need those jerseys next year.
Agreed. Travis is saying, I love the game drop. Not sure what you mean by that, Travis, but I'm sure we all love it too. North Dallas 40 is in favorite. Okay, miss penalty versus the Saints. North Dallas, that's your favorite game. The Roby Coleman
for the championship.
What?
Hey, smart man.
Hey, you know what though? No one credits. Again, I feel like Ram fans are the only one that talk about the face mask about Jared Goff that never got called, and that would have been a touchdown if that wouldn't have happened probably. So no one talks about that. Plus, the Rams literally outplayed the Saints in that second half. So and the Saints had opportunities to get back in the games.
It was clear that the Saints did not want to go to overtime at that point. They felt like everything just was against them. With the ref, everything with the ref, and I was going I would say yes, that was clear pass. Finding Carroll will be cold, but we don't have control of the refs. When it's all said and done, they're just trying to do their job. They're human.
Yeah, and we know that we've had our fair share of refs, gone wild over the years. So we
off face mask. They have courts.
Yeah, so North Dallas, he's also saying he loved the Chiefs games as well. Goff's greatest moment. Yeah, I think at the end of the Goff's career, he can always look back at that game and say he outdueled Patrick Mahomes. And like it was a fantastic game.
It was exciting as hell watching that game, honestly. It was just, man, you're right though. He could tip his hat on that when it's all said and done. We don't know how his career is gonna go. But he got that moment. He had also his Vikings game as well.
He had a record.
He went crazy on that game.
He had a perfect game. Yeah. No, absolutely. Travis is saying, "Oh, Deacon Jones, nice throwback. He's the reason for the word sack." Yes, he is the inventor of the sack.
People better respect it. Oh yeah, people better respect it. That's where it comes from.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I think they didn't record sacks as an official stat until Deacon Jones. Yeah.
Deacon Jones. Yeah. Now you got everybody chasing sack records. Like, who knows how many sacks these guys might have had, back in the time where sacks wasn't even a thing. Might be chasing a mythical record for all we know.
No, for sure. Ramley, a Sports Report is Rams would have won back-to-back Super Bowls had we don't want to talk about this, Ramley, Sports Report. Hakeem not drop that kick versus the Saints in 2000. That was a painful memory. That's
in the wild card. Yeah.
Oh, all the what if moments.
That was tough. But I mean, it'd be things like that you gotta look back at and be like, man, we were so close. We could have had a dynasty right then and there.
Yeah.
Things could have been a lot different.
Oh, absolutely. North Dallas 40. He's saying his favorite play is the botch penalty versus the Saints.
Let's go. Hey, y'all can't tell me y'all weren't happy when we didn't get the penalty. At that point, I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on, but we need to win this game. Like,
Yep.
right now, right now. We need to get it over. That's something else happening.
Yeah.
Cause we need to get out of here. I was switching bullets.
Woo! Yeah. We got an interesting or first off, hello Ray. They're saying, yo, what's up, Payo, Jalen, and Snoop? We're so glad you're here, Ray. And we also got Shot by Nolan. Welcome. He's saying, we, not me.
Yeah, you know it.
You heard the boy. You heard McVay.
We not me.
And we have the amazing RAMSHOUSE in the house. He's saying, what's up?
What's good?
Yeah. Whose house?
Rams house.
Yeah.
Y'all already know.
Yes. What's up?
Love it. And then we got a question here by AMS. And they're saying, who is the worst coach in Rams history? I say Rich Brooks. There's been some brutal ones.
That was super brutal. That caught me off guard. Yeah, I mean, we'd have had. Yeah, we definitely had Kyle Linehan.
I know who my answer is Linehan.
Oh. I mean,
hey.
Oh no. I mean, yeah, Steve Spagnuolo. I mean,
we did have him.
Where do I start?
My one defense of Spagnuolo is that he inherited the roster from Linehan.
Yeah, which was horrible.
And it was just a brutal team. And yeah, Linehan he did so much to ruin the Rams.
Hey, Payo, did you know that we actually signed Trent Green again? Like later on down the line, did you know we actually signed Trent Green? Like that's we definitely did that. Who idea was that? Like,
yeah,
he hit his head on a rock or somewhere. That was like the worst decision
I still don't understand it.
Just a thing.
Yeah.
Well, and I think Linehan just was too focused on making Mark Bulger a success. Where Bulger he had the arm talent, but for whatever reason, he just couldn't put it together on the field. He was battling injuries. We probably stayed with Bulger 3 too many years.
Right. Yeah,
but
I feel the same way too. Because I mean, they probably saw it as well, but I mean, I feel like we had no other options at that point. The go-to. And I mean, the quarterback position was just terrible. At a certain point, even with Sam Bradford, one rookie season, I think it was pretty mediocre at worst. At that point, it couldn't get no worse than that.
But those days are behind us. Yeah. Ramlea Sports Report. He's saying Rich Brook and Steve Spagnuolo tie for worst Rams coach with Jeff Fisher there too. I think the only reason Jeff Fisher, he's close. The only reason I say that is because he did draft Aaron Donald.
He did. He did. We'll get Jeff Fisher there. He drafted Todd Gurley.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Todd Gurley. No, that's it. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, he did that. He did right.
Yeah. But again, he took over the roster from Steve Spagnuolo, who took it over from Linehan. So anyway.
I mean, are we giving Jeff Fisher too much heat then?
I don't know, man. I don't want. You know what? I think you can maybe defend him for the first year, but then after that, it was just come on, get rid of this.
Yeah. 7-9 bullshit. Yes.
Yeah. None of that. Oh, I like this comment. Love this comment. Okay, Ramley Sports Report. Yeah. Best Rams coaches: George Allen, John Robinson, and Dick Vermeer. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Or Sean McVay is up there.
I throw a guy like Mike Martz in there.
Yeah,
Me personally, I mean,
Mhm.
Mike Martz was a pretty good coach. You know,
Yep.
he knew how to coach offense, and we were still, I think, the greatest show on turf at that time. And he took over for Dick. So, you know, and you know, he kept us still in contention a few years
Absolutely.
and I mean, I think Mike Martz is a good coach. You know, at least at that time.
Absolutely. Yeah. We got. He did correct himself. He said Sean McVay is there as well. And then Ray is agreeing, saying I'd put Mike Marks up there also.
Yeah.
North Dallas 40 is saying Jalen Ramsey is my favorite Ram on this team. I love when he talks smack to other players.
He's one of my favorite Rams.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm wearing my favorite Ram right now.
Right
here. Yeah. Well, I think the thing I love about Jalen Ramsey is so obviously like smack talk is part of his game, but like he backs up. There's so many players that like they're all talk out there, but then they don't back up their play. But like Jalen Ramsey can back it up, right?
Yeah, easily. I think 100%. He can back it up with the best of the best. I mean, you know, because that's what he actually looks forward to each and every week is guarding the best player. I mean, he ain't gonna change his game as far as how he talks to receivers, you know, based on who he play. I mean, he just bring another edge to the team. I don't think we had, before him coming in. You know, before we had Aaron Donald, but Aaron Donald his play always did the talk. You know, he didn't have to talk. Like he was just throwing quarterbacks around. So I mean, we got a guy like Jalen Ramsey who can go in there and talk and back it up. Like that's always the play.
For sure. I am sorry, chat. I've lost my spot. You guys are being so awesome at getting the chats in here, but I found it now. So sorry if I look disoriented for a moment there. And so Ramley Sports Report is saying, in my opinion, Mike Martz was a horrible head coach. He was like Kyle Shanahan, a great offensive coordinator, but bad head coach. That's it. He had some good years. His later years, like he took over a good roster, and it did kind of go downhill towards the end of his tenure. Right. And I think a lot of people, he's the one that let Kurt Warner go, which is always a sore spot.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're looking at him just being on the outside, maybe the top 5 as far as our coaches of all time, I mean, that's a pretty realistic, spot for him to be at. You know, we're not saying he's like the best, but he's up there. You know, I mean, he gave us some successful years. You know, and I mean, I can't look past it me personally because I knew what came after Mike Martz left. It was over. It was a done deal. 2-14, 1-15, 3-13. You know, 79. We knew we saw what was ahead of us. Like we had to be great like that one. Like Mike Martz was actually a pretty good coach.
I'm not really. I politely disagree with you, Ramley Sports Report, of him being a horrible head coach. I would. Yeah. We have Old Man Ghost. Welcome to the stream. Another loyal subscriber. I think he subscribed to you guys too, right?
We might have to check. We might have to check it out.
Okay.
Letting us know about
Oh yeah. Well, Old Man Ghost, you definitely got to subscribe to Rams House TV if you're not yet. Because you love Rams content. I know that. So he's saying he saw John Robinson at my work, but didn't approach him. We had an autograph book for when celebrities come in. I think I was the only one that recognized him. Oh, that's cool. Wow.
Yeah, that is dope. That's dope. No, that is dope.
Yeah. Shot by Nolan. He agrees with me that Ernest Jones making the tackle would be crazy at the 1 yard line against the Titans this year.
Hey, Payo, you might be on to something. I never would have thought that just actually hit me. Like another Jones making another tackle in the Super Bowl for us to win. Like
I would love it. I would love it. I'll make 5 videos that week about Ernest Jones if he makes a tackle at the 1 yard line, preventing a touchdown.
You might have to double that on.
Yeah.
It's too on the head for it to like be unnoticed.
Yes.
Ray saying, who needs first round picks anyway? Yeah.
Hey,
Not the Rams.
Look how we doing now.
I mean, I say you got the people that want the picks, but I mean, if
Come on,
we draft well, everybody, so we just trust the system, trust the process.
Absolutely. Awesomeness Sports, welcome into the stream. So glad you are here. He's saying, what is up?
What's up?
Yep. And Ray is commenting Jared off.
Yeah.
Jared off. Yeah, y'all heard me. Jared off.
Oh man. Yeah, we chat, you can comment all of your Jared Goff nicknames in the chat. We'll read them all off.
Like, I would have much rather people just not like get rid of their jerseys, but instead like keep the Jared Goff jerseys and just take the G off. So that just take off. So that just take Jared off, like, or just off the back. Like, I mean,
oh man. It's gonna be crazy when Jared Goff comes into SoFi in a Lions uniform. That is gonna be interesting. I am looking forward to that.
It's gonna be weird, but I'm just gonna be looking forward to him hitting the ground a whole lot that day.
Yeah.
That's all I want to see. Just him.
I know Aaron Donald wants to sack him so bad. Yeah.
He couldn't sack him in practice all the years. So now he gets a chance.
He probably wanted to.
Yeah. He's saying just found you, but I might have to leave. We'll have to see you on the replay. Thank you, old man Ghost. No worries. But sounds like he's gonna go subscribe to you guys. So that's you have another great Ramley subscriber.
Like and subscribe, man.
Hit the like button up for
Payo.
Payo,
Ray saying Greg Robinson was trash.
Suck.
1000% agree.
Yep. There's lots of Greg Robinson disappointment in the chat right now.
We started something up.
I'm sorry. Like.
All right. Well, and guys, something I love about Ramlia Sports Report is often we'll get a history lesson that I really appreciate. So he's saying Ram coach John Robinson never got his due. And I'll admit, I don't talk about him enough. I know of him, but I definitely, that era of Rams, just because of, the era I grew up in, I don't talk about it a whole lot. But he guided the Rams to 2 NFC championship games in 85 and 89 in the middle of the Niners dynasty. And he was the all-time winningest Rams head coach. That is a great fact. Thank you for that history lesson.
I mean, hey, way to put us on something. Because, I mean, like I said, man, I'm pretty sure that we had made, some success, before we moved, before we actually won the championship in St. Louis. And I said, I'd like to be taught all this, with Carl Robinson and everything, it pertains to, 80, 70, well. So I'm all for it.
No, for sure. I honestly, I didn't know he was I knew he had got us to 2 NFC championship games. I did not know he was the winningest Rams head coach of all time. That's really cool.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, how many wins? How many wins did he got?
Yeah. Ramley Sports Report. If you could tell us how many wins John Robinson had, we would love to know. Otherwise, we're probably going to look it up ourselves.
What the benchmark is.
Yeah. Old man go the Deacon. Yeah. No disagreement with John Robinson. Definitely one of the greatest Rams head coaches. Yeah. No, it's. You know what? All of a sudden, I'm starting to like him more and more. I need to talk about him more.
I'm starting to become a fan on John Robinson.
Oh yeah.
Yep. One comment to change our whole lives, right?
That's all it takes.
Yeah. So Ramley Sports Report also makes a good point. He said, "I will never forgive Martz for letting Warner go and keeping Bulger." Yeah.
That part was a little too soon.
Yeah. Yeah, because Warner was he was injured, right? And Bulger had shown enough promise that he felt to go along with him. But
Warner was facing a lot of injuries around that time.
Yeah.
So it was, you know, he made the decision to actually get rid of him and I believe send him to the Giants.
Yeah,
you know, when he backed up or he backed up
Right.
by hand. So, you know, and then you saw like later on down the line, he still had the juice. Like he took the Cardinals out of all teams to the Super Bowl. Wow. You know.
Yeah. I think when Kurt Warner was lighting it up with the Cardinals, at that point, Mark Bulger, he was either a backup with the Ravens or he was out of the league. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure he was probably out the league at that point. So,
yeah, somewhere in there.
You know?
Oh, Old Man Ghost, I love this comment. He's saying my favorite game was Rams versus Jeff Fisher's Titans. Yes. You know, we do remember that Jeff Fisher technically did get the Rams the Super Bowl. He was just the coach in the other team.
True. Yeah, you know, he definitely played a very important role in that. You know.
Yeah.
So, you know, but he can't get the ring though. He can't get the ring.
Nope. It was a good no call in my opinion. Old Man Ghost is saying broken leg, young blood. So Jack Youngblood was maybe one of his favorite players who he's talking about there.
Oh, yeah, I know about Youngblood.
Ray's talking about Mart's amazing year in 2000. Yeah, that was one of the best Rams teams of all time. Until Warner got hurt. Yeah. Ray is piping in saying Spagnuolo, he was the worst.
I said that.
You know what? The thing that like was tough about Steve Spagnuolo is he's actually a really great guy, like a nice guy that like he's the type of person like you want to be successful, you want to win, but he just couldn't figure it out.
He couldn't do it with those type of. I mean, with those. I ain't gonna say those type of players, but those particular players that he had on that team. I just don't think he was going to go far. Like, you know, especially considering he was more on the defensive side of the ball, I believe at that time. So, you know, and all our struggles was on offense. You know, we couldn't move the ball a lick. You know, so it was just, you know, and then you see what he's. I mean, Spagnuolo, I believe with the Chiefs now, coordinating. So it's like he got a Super Bowl. You know, he was a Super Bowl winning coordinator. So I mean, Spagnuolo obviously coach, but it was just that time he couldn't do it with those people.
I think Spagnuolo actually has 3 Super Bowl rings as a defensive coordinator, 2 with the Giants and 1 with the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, see, I mean, can't nobody say the man can't coach. It was just the situation. What was around him, it didn't work.
Yeah. Yep. North Dallas 40s. This is the 70th since the LA. No, not the St. Louis. This is the 70th year since the LA won an NFL championship in 1951. Yes. That's a fun fact from North Dallas 40. You guys are gonna love this comment from Ram Leo Sports Report. Buckle up. Favorite Ram playoff moment: Dickerson's 248-yard game versus the Cowgirls. Everett to Flipper TD at Giants. Ferragamo to Waddy in. I'm not sure what that one is. Warner to Ricky Prohl versus the Bucks. You guys mentioned that. And then Warner to Bruce. Oh, yeah, that TD in the Super Bowl. And then the Mike Jones tackle, which we are trying to speak into fruition that when the Rams play the Titans this year, Ernest Jones is going to tackle someone at the 1-yard line.
The more comments that say that Mike Jones is the best, I mean, that was their favorite play, the more it's going to come into fruition. Like, I think, you know, with Ernest Jones.
Yeah. Keep talking about it.
Well, gotta happen. Gotta happen. Gotta
happen. Shot by Nolan, he's saying Spagnuolo and Linehan was equally a dumpster. Yeah.
I mean, he ain't right. I mean, he ain't wrong.
Yeah.
Still agree with that one. Like, and you know what's so crazy? Jeff Fisher is not coming up in none of these comments. It's amazing. It's amazing that he gets so much slander, and yet he's still not one of our worst coaches in franchise history. It's amazing.
It's true. It's true. I thought we agreed we're not going to talk about Jeff Fisher that much. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, I figured somebody at this point would have probably came in the comments like, we just knew this guy was the worst coach. Like,
no, it's so true. It's good to know the recency bias hasn't sunk in too much.
Yeah.
Shot by Nolan or forgot about Lanahan, probably a mental block on. Yeah, he's easily forgettable. Because he didn't do much.
Who you mean? You talking about Lanahan?
Yeah, Lanahan. Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of just he was there 1 minute and was just gone in that.
Was he there 3 years?
I
don't know.
I think he was there for 3. Yeah, he did 3 seasons. Yeah, he was there for 3 seasons.
It took us 3 years to figure out to fire him, huh?
Yeah, but someday. I know.
Oh, we got another great question here from Jake Hauser. He is a Bills fan, massive Bills fan, but welcome to the stream. So glad you're here, Jake. He's saying, what would you consider a successful season for the Rams? Is it Super Bowl or bust?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is. We've been kind of all in the last few seasons with the trades, everything of that nature, and I just think that this particular season is just it's all in. We're all in at this point. New quarterback.
Yeah.
Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah, no, and I think as long as the Rams can stay healthy, this is a Super Bowl contending roster. On all sides of the ball. That's a great question though, Jake. We appreciate it. We got Payo. Let's see your security blanket. Oh, it's my Canada security blanket. I keep this. I live in a basement apartment that gets quite cold. And so to save money on heat, I just put a blanket on. So
hey. That's what you gotta do.
I gotta get you guys are showing me up. Every Rams YouTuber is showing me up. They got all this cool Ram background. So I gotta at least get a Rams security blanket.
We honestly felt like that at one point. We like, man, we literally it's just a white wall.
Because at first it was nothing there.
I like it. Yeah, no, I love with the American flag with the Rams logo and the Rams helmet next to it. I like it's better than my that's my vacuum box here, right there. Other than that, there's a light that doesn't work there. So yeah, I got some work to do to catch up with the rest of the Ram YouTubers.
All right though.
Shot by Nolan. Ramsey walk it like he walk it like he talk it. That's why the bozos hate him. Yeah. No, he gets in people's head because he backs up what he says. Okay. So North Dallas 40 is quite vocal about he does not like Les Snead. He's not very happy with the direction that he's doing. He really thought we should have taken Creed Humphrey over Tutu Atwell in the second round this year, which there's a legitimate case for sure. But he's saying no future, 5 O-line free agents next year, a cap hell that Snead put us in win now mode. And North Dallas 40, I guess we will just see. We will see. What do you guys think of Snead and what he's done?
I like his approach. I mean, I like his approach to just making the team better. I wouldn't necessarily disagree with, a lot of things that he said, as far as just, I thought Creed Humphreys was a good pick. I believe what he's the center from Alabama.
Yeah.
Nice prospect. I felt like we could have, also drafted him as well. But, overall, how mad can we really be with, that's, as far as his personnel decision?
It looked like Sean McVay wanted,
For sure.
Sean McVay, I guess that's who he got. Sean McVay got. So
for sure. No. I want to give a shout out. We have a bunch of people watching right now. So for people coming on into the stream, thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe to Payo Time, but also to RAMSHOUSE TV. These guys, their channel is in the link in the description below.
Yes.
But yeah, are you guys good to keep going for a couple more comments here?
We locked in.
Oh, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Old Man Ghost is I always think the same thing. Have I subscribed? I will. Oh, thank you, Old Man Ghost. Thank you.
Y'all subscribe, man.
Okay. This is a fantastic point by North Dallas 40. He's saying, until Snead wins a Super Bowl, I hate his trading 9 picks to get and dump Goff. Yeah, like that's a fair criticism.
It is. That's a fair.
Yeah. And
you look at the haul just to get him and get rid of him. I mean, yeah, I agree with him on that.
And we also have a video about Les Snead as well on our YouTube channel. Shout out Les Snead. Y'all want to check it out? It's pretty much been down and through all Les Snead.
Yeah.
From the past to the present.
Yeah, but I might have to change a little bit of what I might have said in that video because I didn't realize that he gave a government pick at all. But
yeah, because I think it's like I think he gave up like it was 3, and out of those, I'm pretty sure 5 of them are first round picks.
Yep.
So that's a lot for one player to get and then give away.
Yeah.
Now we ended up with Matt Stafford. So maybe the way to look at it is we actually traded 9 picks to get Matt Stafford.
But does it make? I don't know. That make it. It might make it sound worse. Like
yeah.
What are they doing? But I mean, like I said, we as Ram fans, like we like the excitement that comes with all these trades. We're not going to complain at the time, especially if we getting an All-Pro player or Pro Bowl perennial player. So it's I don't know. Like I mean, I don't agree, but I don't disagree. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. North Dallas 40 is asking, why aren't you guys talking about Jeff Fisher? And way to catch us, North Dallas 40. We had before the stream had started last Sunday when I had a collab with Sheriff Joe of Rams Showcase. We talked about Jeff Fisher just way too much. So we agreed to limit the talk, but I am surprised that we've limited the Fisher hate today.
So when we watched this that Rams Showcase on you, man, it was just too much Fisher going on.
Yeah. I probably had people hit the dislike button because of it.
Let's prefer not to talk about Jeff Fisher.
Absolutely. So for 75, is that how many you think we're getting this year? I'm not sure what you mean by 7.
He might be referring to the record. Is that the record win?
Oh, for Robinson, head coach, yeah, John Robinson. Yeah. Okay. Wow, 75 wins. Okay.
So I think McVay is like he got to be like second place.
Ooh. We're looking this up. Okay.
Yeah.
McVay.
Have he got 48 wins. He got like 40 plus.
Okay. He is he's 43 and 21.
43 and 21. Okay, that's McVay.
Yeah. So McVay's got a couple more seasons before he can get there, but
I mean, but that ain't like that's nothing at this point. McVay, his worst season is 9 wins. So I mean, if that's just explore. It's 7 and 13 wins.
Yeah, I'm hoping McVay coaches to at least his 80s. And so he can maybe smash this record just because I hope he's with us for a long time.
I'm hoping so as well. Because I don't even want to know what's on the other side of the McVay door. Like if McVay just happens to leave, I don't I can't even picture it at this point. McVay just seemed like a coach that would be there for us for the league, 10, 15, 20 plus, years.
Yep. Martin Miles, welcome to the stream. So glad you're here. He's saying, first of all, don't disrespect Goff. He is by far not even the worst starting QB. That is, as easy as it is to hate on Goff, we do have to remember before Goff, it was even worse, like way worse at the quarterback position. And yes, you are right, Martin. We for the most part, I say thank you to Goff for what he accomplished with the Rams for sure. I'm glad we have Stafford, but by no means do I think that Goff was the worst quarterback in Rams history or anything like that. No.
But that's the way. Can we talk about what makes him one of the worst quarterbacks in football? The fact that he we showed the Super Bowl. We showed the Super Bowl when he missed a wide open Brandon Cook. But that's all I'm saying. We don't want to disrespect him. I will always, dislike Jared Goff for that one sequence that he had in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. No, and that's a legitimate criticism on those plays that Goff just missed, right? Yep. Yeah. But he's also asking you guys another great question here. He said, my question is, do you think Darrell Henderson will have over 1,000 yards on the year?
I mean, it's tricky because a lot of us, people in the Rams might not consider Darrell Henderson a true RB1, but I think he's capable of getting 1,000 yards. I just don't feel about it with the other backs. I feel like we'll use if we had Cam Akers, that's an easy 1,000 yards. 20 carry a guy, a game guy, so. I think he'll probably split the load most likely with the younger guys, still, in the rotation. Maybe a Jones, Jake Funk, all those guys. It's going to be contributing a lot in rotation.
Yeah, I still think that Darrell Henderson is the best running back that Matt Stafford's ever had in his career. At this, no disrespect to Reggie Bush when he played with Stafford, but I just think Darrell Henderson at this point in his career for running back, he's kind of in his prime, going into his third year. So I don't think it's crazy to think he would go over 1,000 yards if he stays healthy.
By no means. I mean that's a constant in the offense anyway. I feel like the run game has to, be producing anyway. I feel like he's going to get the majority of the carries, so he's going to have more of the opportunity to be able to carry, in the third, fourth quarter of the games and be able to make an impact, as far as on the ground. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. So Old Man Ghost giving you guys a shout out here, saying, gotta go subscribe to guest Rams House TV. Copied and pasted.
Yes, please. Thanks.
I think he's calling me out. Did I spell something wrong there? I might have. I'm terrible at spelling. If I did, I will correct that. Thank you, Old Man Ghost.
Speaking of that though, Payo, like on the video, you called Snoop Snopp.
Did
I?
Yes.
When did I do that?
It's on the.
I couldn't stop laughing.
It was on you send us the reminder. Remember I was telling you in the DM was like, yo, you spelled Snoop and Snopp.
Oh, hi! My deepest apologies, Snoop. I cannot believe I did that. Okay, that was a brain fart there. Okay, I apologize.
Yeah, I couldn't stop laughing.
No, I am terrible at spelling, and so I often mess up stuff like that. So I humbly apologize.
It was more funny.
It was funny.
That's not. Oh no. No, I will never call you that again. LA Rams, he's saying, what up, Ramley? Glad you're here.
Gang.
Yeah. And he's saying, he's reminding everyone, hit that like button, please and thank you.
Likes, I hope y'all do, man. Please get some likes up, man.
Saw Flipper set the record. I gotta go. I'm trying. Okay. Talk to you later, Old Man Ghost. Okay. North Dallas 40 is saying, who's better, Stafford or Dak? Dak Prescott. Who will win a Super Bowl first?
That's just, I mean, are we putting like our bias to the side and putting all that? Cause I mean, I would obviously say Matthew Stafford, of course.
Yeah. I think the Cowboys will be a better team next year. They don't look like a Super Bowl team though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go that far.
The defense still got questions.
Yeah, I think they missed out huge. Like with Patrick Surtain, I think that could have been the guy for them. Like honestly, out of that, I think Denver drafted them like 2 spots ahead of them.
Yeah, they did.
I'm like, man, that's tough. And they missed out on J.C. Holmes. So those 2 guys, they could have easily, plugged right in. I felt like they didn't really need linebackers. They really didn't. So
for sure, yeah. Only vibe. She said, "Remember John Fossil, Bones."
Shout out to the Bones, man.
Yeah.
Hey, our special teams is at an all-time high. Like John.
Yeah.
Fake punt with the fake punt.
Yeah. He was technically an interim head coach. I think twice, because he was with their Rams with Spagnuolo.
Right. Mm-hmm. And he
then
took over for Jeff Fish, I think.
He did. Yeah, he took over for Jeff Fish. Yeah. So, and he left because I guess he's really tight with Mike McCarthy, and that's why he went to the Cowboys and Greg Zuerlein went with him. But yeah, we need some more creativity in our special teams again. We want some fakes back.
Indeed.
I hope Joe's that guy for it. Indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I mean we haven't had no excitement since then.
Ramley of Sports Report, he's saying, I demand they put LA Rams statues of the fearsome foursome, Warner to Bruce, in front of the stadium. That would be cool. Yeah, I would like.
Yeah, I think they need to put something very, historical out there in front of the stadium. Man, our stadium too big to just for it. It need to be like,
it's still need more stuff there.
Symbolized. Like, we need to have some of our greatest moments out there shown, like for everybody to see.
I feel like the Rams, compared to like the Packers or like the Ravens or like some other organizations, they don't do as good of a job remembering their history, like and their greats, as other organizations do.
Yeah. Well, we know here in the Ramley, man, we already know who the greats are.
Absolutely. Yeah. Ramley remembers. Ramley never forgets. Talking in the chat here. Allen Robinson, Knox, McVay, neither of these 3 closed the deal. Oh, I think you're talking about coaching for the Super Bowl. Well, we'll wait and see. North Dallas 40. Lots of agreement with the statues. Going. Oh, you guys are talking to each other. That's great.
Chat booming.
Okay, rate to bottom to best quarterbacks in the NFC West.
Bottom to best. So we starting from the worst to the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all pretty good.
I will go at the bottom. I will go Jimmy Garoppolo. Then after that, I will go Kyler, Stafford, Russ.
Yeah. Do you agree with that, Snoop?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'll just add, I would take John Wolford over Jimmy Garoppolo.
Big Wolf gang. Hey, disrespect the Wolf gang.
Can't disrespect him. What's the respect him?
Like, he's Derek Goff.
Yeah.
Hey, I seriously think if we would have not made the Stafford trade, it would have been a quarterback competition between Wolford and Goff.
Yeah, I still think that too, though. I seriously think that too. And that's probably another reason why McVay might have wanted to make that trade. He probably, it was probably good, Wolford as far as, being there, doing an emergency, probably like, I need a guy like Stafford, especially when he got in the market. All those other teams wanted him. Like, they probably was jealous that McVay got Stafford when it was all said and done. Y'all know Kyle Shanahan was. He made it clear on radio. Yeah, he made it clear to McVay that he was salty.
For sure.
You're just rubbing it in his face. Just like,
so
yeah.
Yeah, we were Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, we went, signing that good old deal.
Oh man. Only vibes. He's saying just sub to Rams House TV. Keep up the good work.
Hey,
appreciate it. Appreciate the love.
Yeah. If we kept Goff, McVay would have gotten burnt out like Vermeil with the Eagles. Yeah, that's you know what that's a fair thing of like if Les Snead and Stan Kroenke were like no, we don't want to take the dead money with Goff, just stick it out with them. But if McVay was truly done and was like, get me someone else, like maybe it was a trade to make McVay happy, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah. Look at that. Yeah. I think with a lot of these personnel decisions lately, I feel like they're more pro McVay. You know, I feel like McVay got a lot of say as far as in these decisions. So I'm pretty sure McVay was like, you know, we gotta make this trade happen. I can't go another year, 2 years. You know, he just signed his contract, so it's not over no time soon. It's just like, figure some out.
Yeah. And I'll say North Dallas 40, you saying Rams House TV, you are the best guest, but I miss the swearing. And I think I don't know if you guys are toning down your swearing because of me, but I do appreciate it.
We're gonna try to always curse unless it's necessary. Like, unless we just they know like when we pissed off about stuff, like we go all in. Yeah, we go off. Usually it's just off the cuff. But you know, we try to tone it down, you know, because we don't like to just swearing, you know, like.
But the friend know how we are.
Like my mom watches. My mom watches this stuff. Yeah, like she likes to see how I'm doing as far as on YouTube. She don't want to hear me constantly cursing.
Well, yeah, I appreciate. I had one guest, one of my first live streams ever, who came on, and they swore to the point where it was like, okay, can we actually talk about football? But like that's all they did. And so I ended up deleting the video just because like they got to a point where they weren't even talking about football and they were just swearing at Goff and things like that. I'm like, oh, come on.
I mean, like we try to have respect. Like people reach out for us and want to do stuff with us. Like we don't try to overstep our boundaries. Like we just like I said, we appreciate everything. Like as far as people calling us on and. All that. So we just try to show respect.
Absolutely. No. And I appreciate that. That's really cool of you guys. That's sweet. Martin Miles, he said, I see your point about Henderson and I had more yards than Cam last year and missed 7 games. So he is Rams RB1. So Martin's a big fan of Henderson going into the year. So that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I might be wrong about the RB1 statement I made. It's just, like I said, maybe because with the injuries as well. So maybe I'm not giving him a fair chance, but we'll see though.
Yep. Shot by Nolan saying, for sure, smack that like button. Appreciate that so much.
Yeah.
LA Rams saying, Matt Stafford, hell yeah, we'll win the Super Bowl this year. That's what we want to hear. Ramlia Sports Report. In my opinion, Stafford is a better QB, better at reading defenses, better accuracy, better arm. Dak is younger and more mobile. That's a fair analysis.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay. Last Saying Prince, welcome to the stream. So glad you're here. He's saying, what's up, guys? Thanks for the content. Fun question. Which player now and historically do you think would be the best sumo wrestler?
Sumo wrestler?
Sumo wrestler. I think Orlando Pace. That's who first comes to mind for me.
Yeah, Big Pace. Big Pace. Yeah, I like Big Pace. I don't know.
Well, like right now, I'm gonna say Big Wit.
Big Wit. I like a Greg Gaines. You throw Greg Gaines maybe in that sumo ring, he might throw a few people around. Like
yeah, Bobby Evans he could do it.
Yeah. Bobby Evans big as hell.
He's a big guy. Yeah.
Bob Hammerstein, pretty big.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm not like an expert on Super.
Me neither.
Huh. That anyway, last name Prince. That's a fun question. Thanks for asking.
Yeah,
Thanks for that
question.
Shot by Nolan saying Jimmy G, Murray, Stafford, and Russ for me. So he agreed with you guys on that there. But of course, you got to give some love to John Wolford in there.
Yeah, I feel like John Wolford tied for like 4th, and he's over Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think our Rams will get our 3rd Super Bowl title by July 2024. Ooh.
Better than the L.
I'm okay. I like it. I like it.
That LA cooking. Yeah.
Yep. And Shot by Noel saying the Wolf of Wall Street. I believe his nickname is the Wolf of Ball Street, John Wolford.
Hey, we ready to put lots of stock in the Wolf gang. Like,
oh yeah,
definitely.
Lots of stock.
Old man Ghost is back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
And LA Rams is saying, I think my prediction for the NFC West will be Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, and Arizona. It's a stacked division. Yeah, guys, talk to me. What do you guys think about this NFC West?
It's tough. I will say it is a very competitive division. I feel like sometimes it could be a little overrated as well. That's just me, though. I feel like people put a lot of stock in Cardinals. When I'm not necessarily don't feel like the Cardinals is this big of a threat, at least to us right now. And then, with the 49ers, like I said, they got the injuries, things like that. Everybody assumed that it's just going to go back to 19 form, where they was out there flying, beating everybody and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I mean,
they're going to look different because they don't have that deep court.
Yeah, Salah is gone. The base kryptonite is gone. Like, so when it's all said and done, we have to see what those guys are able to do. But I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with how that be.
You can't knock the guys like Nick Bosa, Fred Warner.
Yeah. Well, and we all know that according the 49ers elite quarterback Nick Mullins is gone now, so we don't have to worry about him.
We don't have to worry about Nick Mullins no more.
I think he was a Philly.
Oh, Nick Mullins. Can't believe it. Actually, I am before we move on to this comment, I'm going to bring up the Cardinals schedule here. And I want to run past something by you guys. Where did I go here? Arizona Cardinals. Give me your schedule here. Not the baseball team.
The baseball
team. I put in Cardinals schedule and the baseball team came up. Arizona Cardinals. Here we go. So I want you guys to predict with me the first 5 games of the season, because it's not an easy schedule here. So their first game is against the Tennessee Titans, win or lose.
I think they lose that game
because where's the cornerback is definitely going to check video or
Okay. So you guys think they're going to lose?
Yeah.
Okay. And then their next game is against the Vikings.
I'll give them the win.
You're going to give them a win against.
I think they'll get a win against the Vikings.
It's going to be a sneaky win.
Okay, because then after the Vikings, they have the Jaguars, then the Rams, and then the Niners, and then the Browns. That's their first 6 games of the year.
Yeah. So you said the Jaguars. So they got I mean, I think the Jaguars could be sneaky. I think the Jaguars could be sneaky with Trevor Lawrence. They probably have been more used to that team, and they'll probably be flying around more. Probably. I'll probably, man. I'll probably give them a loss. Honestly, I think they'll lose to Jacksonville.
Well, it's just I was thinking about this because I had a Cardinals fan on my show for the Move series, and like obviously their head coach is on the hot seat with Cliff Kingsbury,
right.
and if the Cardinals started off 0-6, 1-5, 2-4, he could get fired mid-season.
It's possible because they've been on with this Cliff Kingsbury experiment, and so far hasn't been yielding no results. So I mean, as far as especially with a guy like Kyler Murray, who people consider, to be, his next thing, in Arizona. So they expected him to take that next step along with Kingsbury, and Kingsbury not holding his end of the deal.
It's definitely going to be something to watch in the NFC West for sure. But I do think the Cardinals have talent, and if they can get past those first 6 games, they could maybe make some noise late in the season. But it's a fragile team. That's what I'm saying.
But a guy I do like on the Cardinals, though, the receiver they drafted, what is that? Rondale Moore, I think. I think he could be a guy that can give us some issues over time. I think he's pretty good. The guy that they got out the draft this year. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Shot by Nolan saying McVay was super petty asking about the Stafford trade on Flying Coach with Kyle. We love to hear. Yeah, did you guys love that?
Hey, Kyle, how you feel about
come on, McVay.
Chill out, McVay.
You got the guy. Don't rub it in his face. Don't rub it because you already got him.
I give credit to Shanahan for being willing to actually talk about that so openly and candidly.
Yeah, honestly, I honestly couldn't believe he agreed to actually go on that show and actually speak how he felt about the situation, considering he not only is close with McVay, but he plays in the same division with well, or coach in the same division.
So, you wonder, for Jimmy G, here his coach talks about how they were trying to replace him with Stafford, and then they trade up to get Trey Lance.
You gotta feel bad for him though, because he was so close to winning, to potentially winning the Super Bowl, and it's just everything just crumbled ever since then. Injuries, him getting replaced, and just everything now. Dang.
Watch Jimmy G shows up and just balls out this year.
I think at one point he was messing with a film star at one point. They used to talk about that on First Take. Stephen A. Smith used to always say he used to date a porn star or something. Jimmy G doing things and he ain't too pressed. He got his next profession in line.
Yeah. Old Man Ghost is saying, you guys are great. Thank you.
Hey, appreciate it.
McVay gives his buddy Kyle Shanahan a wine cooler, and Shanahan spills the beans out of what he really thinks and starts throwing footballs off balconies into pizza ovens. No clue what you're talking about. That sounds awesome.
It does though. From Kyle Shanahan, he was like, dang, man. He just giving me those margaritas so I can just start telling how I feel on national radio.
Slim Kid 7, he said, Woods or Cup? Who's better? First off, welcome to the stream, Slim Kid 7. Thank you for being a subscriber. So glad you're here. But who do you guys think, Woods or Cup? Who's better?
I don't know. Who you think, Payo?
Honestly, I think that they're both so good and they're very similar receivers, but they have things they do better. I'm gonna say this year, I think Woods has the better year, just because I think Woods at this point in his career this will be the best season of Robert Woods' NFL career. I think Cup also has a good year, but I think for this year, I'd maybe give the edge to Woods just having slightly better hands over Cup.
I agree. And if Woods, we got some highlights as far as on training camp. Woods is looking good too. He's looking real good. Looking crisp. Hands look good. Look healthy. Yeah, I agree with you, Payo.
Yeah, but I'm glad we have them both. Love them both.
Yeah, definitely.
School LA Ram Sean Gerber would have been a great school sumo wrestler. Okay.
What?
Old school Ram who would have been a good sumo wrestler. Thank you for that, Ramley Sports Part. North Dallas 40 is saying Niners will finish 9-8 this year. Garoppolo stinks.
That he do.
Which Ram do you think will have the most 20+ yard receptions this year? Ooh. Well, let's go. It'll be Deshaun Jackson, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Van Jefferson, Tutu Atwell.
Yeah, because this could be something that we can come back to down the
Yeah,
line.
we'll come back to this.
I mean, I feel like it'd just be like no effort by me just saying Deshaun Jackson, like, because it's like we all know he's gonna be running like a lot of go routes and you know. But I'm gonna go on a wild card and I'm gonna actually say Van Jefferson.
Okay.
Receptions this year. He can sleep on the speed, man. He can separate. He can separate. So, like Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, you agree, Snoop?
I agree, but I go with Cooper Kupp as well.
Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm going to change. I'm going to stick with my Robert Woods career year, and so I think it's going to be Woods.
Hey, you can't go wrong with either. Like, I mean,
Robert
Woods. He proved that he can get them 1,000-yard seasons, like, you know, in his offense. So,
yeah, absolutely. North Dallas 40 saying Goff's chief win will never make up for his deer in the headlights Super Bowl choke. It's in the past. Yeah.
It is in the past, but it still feels fresh a lot of the Ramley out there.
For sure, yeah. Well, we'll take a couple more comments here, and then guys, I can't believe we've been going for an hour and 40-ish minutes.
Hey,
I did not.
I just peeped that, and I was like,
looking like right now, like, whoa!
I just
wow, it flies by when you're having a good time. Wow.
hey, we having a blast. Having fun.
Shot by Nolan, he's saying Cardinals are not as elite as the media portrays. They talk like McVay isn't undefeated against Cliff.
Thank you. 8-0. 8 and freaking 0.
Until they actually win a game against us.
8-0. Like that's why I constantly say we can't have no type of competitive respect for these guys because we completely just trounce them every time we play them. Like it's like
in the summer
there. Like when is it going to stop? Like,
Yep.
No disrespect. Yeah.
Snoop, you're getting some love from North Dallas 40 here. He thinks you're funny. LA Rams, he says, I see the Cardinals been 2-3 after he thinks they're going to be 2-3 after the first 6 games.
Oh, so they have a bye. Do they have a bye?
I wonder if that's just a cheeky comment that I don't know, or maybe the math is wrong on that one. But I do think that like the Cardinals season, if it gets off to a bad start, like Cliff Kingsbury is in the running to be one of the first coaches fired if the Cardinals get off to like an 0-3, 0-4 start, right? Like.
I mean, you gotta see that in the future. I mean, they had so much high hopes the previous year. You know, everybody was picking them to go to the playoffs and things like that, and came short. So, you know, he started the season on a bad note. You know, the seat is gonna get hotter.
Yeah. Ramley Sports Report, he's saying, great show, my Rams brother. At Payo time at Rams House TV. Later, my Ramley. Have a great night, Ramley Sports Report.
Thank y'all for showing Payo some love, man. Showing them live.
Last saying Prince, he's saying for the 20+ question, I'm going all in on Jackson, and he won't miss a game this year. I hope so.
We like that. I like that.
Like that, yeah. And we'll do final comment of the night goes to Last Saying Prince as well. He's saying, any news on who is going to be the punt returner yet? I haven't heard anything. Have you guys?
We haven't heard anything as well. We know Tutu then, before he caught I believe COVID, he was entertaining the aspect of, doing punt returns. Of course, we got Deshaun Jackson as well. So, you can always throw him back there. He'll make some magic out of that. And I mean, it's wide open. It's wide open. Wide open. Don't have Simba
For
Webster.
sure.
No more Simba Webster back
No more
there,
Simba
y'all.
Webster. So.
No more Mr. Fumbler. No.
Yeah.
No more. Yeah.
Yeah, because we know that Cooper Kupp has return experience. Tutu could do it. Deshaun Jackson clearly has lots of experience doing it, and he can still make guys miss. Still one of the best cut moves in the return game that you'll ever see.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see who gets that role, and I think ultimately it'll come down to who can make some plays happen to set the Rams up, so we don't have to just settle for I'm gonna catch it or I'm gonna fumble it.
Right. Yeah. Right. And Cooper Kupp got that experience too. I'm all about Cooper Kupp, and I wasn't really a big fan of Cooper Kupp being back there because it's kind of how important he is to the offense.
It's kind of risky right there.
I'm glad.
I feel that. Yeah. Well, guys, this has been so awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Please stay on, and we'll talk after we end the broadcast. But everyone watching, thank you so much for tuning in and giving up some of your Sunday to talk some Rams. And if you're not subscribed to Rams House TV, you got to get over there. Link to their channel is in the description below. And guys, I'll give you the final words. What are you saying to the Ramley?
Hey man, we appreciate
it,
everybody dropping by.
Dropping.
You know what I'm saying? Showing love to Payo on RAMSHOUSE TV. You know what I'm saying? It was a pleasure to having chatting with y'all, including Payo for having us in this live stream. And it's a pleasure idea, and hopefully more collabs come.
Absolutely.
Please like and subscribe and share as well.
Oh yeah, please. And we definitely have Instagram as well, RAMSHOUSE TV, and Twitter, RAMSHOUSE TV.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I'm Payo Time. This is Rams House TV, Jalen and Snoop, and we are peacing out.
Peace.